Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. We're going to talk about Cybl stock and AITX stock. These are two stocks sitting at the bottom right here. Let me zoom out on the chart so you can see the very, very clear bottom. It always comes down real cheap. The 002s, 003s, these are both penny stocks. Cyberlux here loves to come down real cheap to around 005s to 007s. So as long as you start accumulating down here, you're good. You're sitting pretty. There were some sellers that tried to push it down, and you can see buyers stepped in. People love it down here. When you see buyers step in like this, especially if you look at the past, buyers stepped in here. People love it at around 005s to 007s. So I think this is a buy. You got to be willing to sit on it, though. You're not going to make 50% gains tomorrow. You want to buy it when no one wants it. And when does no one want it? When there's no volume, when no one cares about it. Those of you who bought like Rigetti when it was like real cheap, or Color when it was real cheap, no one wanted it down there when it was sub a dollar, right? This is basically the same thing. You're buying right now when no one wants it. Same thing with AITX. No one wants it right now. It's an AI stock in the security sector. Has an investor presentation coming on the 15th. So look for some movement to the upside in anticipation of that, or after their presentation. They've been performing very well on the revenues, and they have a lot of potential. So keep an eye on this one. Either way, on the technicals, this has been a buy, and it can run to 1 penny for a nice potential 4 to 500x, depending on where you buy in. Cyberlux, this one. Let me show you Cyberlux real quick. This one gets Department of Defense contracts. For those of you who follow Color or any other stock who gets contracts like Palantir, well, as you can see, a global defense technology company harnessing the future in global defense solutions, military communication capabilities. And I'm just going to scroll on down here real quick, and I want you to just take note that they do communicate. They're not one of those penny stocks that are a scam. They just want your money. They communicate. They have real revenues, real products. They work with the Department of Defense. Cyberlux posted 63 million in year-to-date revenue. 63 million for a penny stock sitting at 005s. Think about that for a second. And a contract pipeline of 34 million. And if we look at the shareholder letter, this one's the best one. Like if you have to pick between AITX and Cybl, I would go with Cybl. That's not to say AITX is worse. It's just if you just had to pick one, go with Cybl, because Cybl can bounce to $1, not $1, to 1 penny from where it's at right now, and that's a nice 30 to 40% or more, depending on when you sell. But if you sell it from 70 to 1, if it goes from 0.70 to I keep saying $1, from 0.70 to 1 cent, I mean it's almost not quite, but almost 50%. So there's a little more potential for gains and returns percentage-wise with Cybl over AITX. That's why I'm saying, like, if you had to pick one, go with Cybl. But these are my big plays in the Discord right now, so I'm giving them to you for free. Like, these are the big plays. Patreon.com/shades and trades if you want to join the Discord. A lot of people have been joining, and I just want to say, if you're watching, welcome. This Discord, we exercise patience and discipline. We buy when no one wants it, right? And then people step into the markets, they push the price up for us, and then we dump it on their heads at the top, essentially, is what we do. That's why I'm not buying Color stock or RGTI stock right now. I want it cheap, not be the one holding the bag at the top. Exercise patience and discipline, guys. Okay, so as you can see here, business updates and key developments. The most important thing to take away here. Let me scroll on down. I'm trying to find it here. We expect to finalize a negotiated settlement of the Cyberlux K8 contract during Q4 2024 and conclude open litigation. So they're going to have drones that they're going to sell to Ukraine more than anything. That's what they've been doing. And market opportunities and strategic vision. We are now licensed to operate as a broker for U.S.-approved military assets to aid foreign allied governments. This allows us to conduct substantial integrated solution transactions involving large equipment such as tanks and airplanes. An early success of the business is our recently announced $22.7 million contract through our Canadian partners. And as we continue here, I'm telling you right now, this one's like, it's a hidden gem. But because it's a 00 penny stock, no one, obviously no one cares about it. That's why you want to get in early when no one wants it. Contracts, revenue, and pipeline. Our contract pipeline remains robust with 7 significant deals under negotiation or in development across the GIS, UAS, and DMC divisions. Our goals include expanding our presence in foreign military sales, advancing our capabilities in unmanned systems, and strengthening our technical communications and defense technologies. So there you go, guys. I'm just giving you the quick rundown here. And that is why I bought in. That is why other people are accumulating it here. Sellers did try to push it down. Buyers stepped in today because they're like, "What? You're giving me this? You're giving me this Department of Defense stock with 7 contracts in the pipeline, which we don't know how big those contracts can be. Maybe they're 22 million. Maybe they're 500 million. Maybe they're 1 billion. Palantir gets huge contracts from the government. If this stock gets one of those, this is going to explode, and a lot of people are going to miss out because they don't have the patience. They don't want to buy it when no one wants it, when it's cheap. Cyberlux is basically a color stock in the sense that no one wanted color stock when it was cheap down here, right? And now they want it up here. So I'm just making the comparison here, and I'm letting you know. And I just showed you the shareholder letter, like they mean business. So I'm the most bullish on CYBL over AITX. But if you have like the money, I put like 10K into each, and you'll be good. We had 100% win rate on Cybl and AITX last year because we just kept abusing the bottom, which I know sounds weird to say. Hey, I abused the bottom. I mean, if it's going to hold the bottom, why not, right? It keeps pumping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It pumped like 7 times. Why not abuse the hell out of it? Alright guys, that's it for the video. Short, sweet, to the point. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Let me know what you think of my bottoms buying strategy. I will see you in the next one.